From Colorado's sports leader, here's Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody. The Nuggets nearly had to cancel tonight's game because of the snowstorm and then won on a blizzard beater. Nugs were trailing the last place Philadelphia 76ers in the final seconds when my new favorite player, rookie Emmanuel Mudiay
lets it go.
That's what I'm talking about. Mudiay's first career game-winning basket as time expires. Nuggies beat the Sixers 104-103. Moo-moo! The Nuggets got blocked so many times tonight they must have thought they were at Legoland. Nugs opened up a 16-point first-half lead over the Miami Heat. My new favorite player, Emmanuel Mudiay, dunked one right in Hassan Whiteside's face. Moo-moo! But that seemed to make Whiteside angry, and then he swatted nearly every shot for the rest of the game. Hassan finished with 11 blocks, most by any Denver opponent in 30 years. Nuggies lose 98-95.
From Colorado's sports leader, here's Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody. The AFC Championship would be so much more fun if Peyton Manning and Tom Brady hated each other, like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, Popeye and Bluto, Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Instead, even entering their 17th head-to-head meeting, the two superstar quarterbacks began practicing for the conference title game today and then tried to kill their rivalry with kindness. Give me Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, Godzilla and King Kong. Betty and Veronica would do. 81st annual state wrestling tournament is underway, and we're live. 9 News prep reporter Taylor Tenby is at the Pepsi Center. Hi, Taylor. The Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees for $100,000. The Cubs dealt Lou Brock to the Cardinals for Ernie Broglio. The Mets shipped Nolan Ryan to the Angels for Jim Fregosi. And the Rockies traded Troy Tulowitzki to the Blue Jays for Jose Reyes. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred placed Reyes on paid leave today pending completion of his criminal proceedings. Jose's trial for domestic violence begins in Hawaii on April 4th, one day after the Rocks open the regular season in Arizona. Reyes will earn $22 million this year unless he's in prison. Troy Tulowitzki for Jose Reyes. That really happened. Strange, but Drew. The Florida Panthers were issued a delay of game penalty tonight when their fans, who had been warned not to do so, threw hundreds of plastic-free giveaway rats onto the ice. You may recall the rat trick celebration from the 1996 Panthers, who were beaten by the Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals. Strange but Drew. Stranger but Drewer at tonight's college slam dunk contest. Craig Sword from Mississippi State attempted to leap over the Denny's Grand Slam breakfast pancake, but flattened the flapjack instead. Fortunately, it looked worse than it was. No maple syrup on the court. Stranger but
Nobody
Drewer.
wants to see that.
Oh, look how difficult it was to lift him back up, too. He was weighted down by that big blob of butter on his nose.
I bet it was delicious, though.
Here's Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody. Rockies rookie Trevor Story is authoring one of the greatest debuts in Major League history tonight. Rocks are beating the Arizona Diamondbacks on opening day, and Story facing Cy Young Award winner Zach Greinke.
Way back and gone! Three-run bomb. Welcome to the big leagues, Trevor Story.
That's what I'm talking about. Story's first big league hit is a homer, and then his very next trip to the plate, the story goes something like this. Trevor Story becomes the first Rocky to begin his career with 2 home runs. Rocco's lead 7-5, and it's still just the 7th inning. Villanova won the NCAA basketball championship on a buzzer beater tonight. The Wildcats beat North Carolina with the most remarkable ending sequence of all time. First, Tar Heels guard Marcus Page sinks an acrobatic shot to tie the game with only 4 seconds left. Just enough time for Villanova to race the ball up the court and give it to Chris Jenkins for the shiniest one shining moment ever. Wow! Nova wins 77-74. Broncos linebacker Von Miller survived Week 3 on Dancing with the Stars tonight. Miller and his partner Whitney performed to the song In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, which is the tune Von listens to before taking the football field each Sunday. Some Broncos fans have been wondering if Von had perhaps fallen out of shape on his Super Bowl celebration tour.
Yeah.
So he took off his shirt tonight and made it very clear that he is still in pretty good physical condition. Yeah.
Same workout program as you two?
I'm not sure. I've never seen Von work out.
We'll be right back.
Different results for sure. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Everybody at the nightclub. Broncos defensive lineman Derrick Wolfe was involved in a barroom brawl over the weekend at a Denver hotspot. Wolfe is the guy who's 3 times the size of all the other patrons, throwing a punch, caught on camera, posted by TMZ Sports. And even though nobody was arrested, now Derrick's going to be the subject of an investigation to determine whether or not he violated the NFL's personal conduct policy. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. Hi, everybody. It looks like the Rockies might lose their home opener for the first time in 4 years, but I can assure you, nobody here in attendance will ever remember that, because Rocks rookie Trevor Story delivered the only moment everybody came to see. Story belted a 3rd-inning home run, extending his remarkable streak of consecutive games with at least 1 homer to begin a career to 4, an all-time Major League record. But the Rockies still trail the San Diego Padres 11-5 now in the 8th. This kid is spectacular. Back now live at Coors Field on Rockies opening day to put the beginning of Trevor Story's career in perspective. 5 homers in 4 games. Babe Ruth did not do this. Willie Mays did not do this. Hank Aaron did not do this. Barry Bonds did not do this. Trevor Story did. We're live in Lower Downtown. I'm Drew Soicher. So I went to watch my friend's son play baseball this weekend, and suddenly a tiny ninety was born.
Eensy weensy teeny weeny tiny ninety.
Opening day of the Arapahoe Youth League season, and my main man, Matthew, that's what I'm talking about. First career home run is an inside the park rocket to straightaway center field. As Matt was circling the bases, all arms and legs, I was happy to capture the moment on my cell phone, you know, just in case. In the unlikely event his mom missed it. Her name is Kathy Sabin, perfectly positioned against the backstop. However, Kathy's version looks a little different. She got the swing all right, but then complete hysteria sets in. From that point forward, it looks like a combination of a storm chaser in the middle of an F5 tornado and the Blair Witch Project. Even so, a fabulous, memorable, and heartwarming, eensy weensy, teeny weeny, tiny.
How about that sound, huh?
Right?
We got Nanny's shoes in there, some
You better
crowd
learn
shots.
to calm down and take it easy, because there's going to be a whole lot more where that came from. I saw that swing.
Here's Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody. Abbott and Costello would have been proud of the Rockies today because they didn't know who was on third either. Rocks were beaten by the Cincinnati Reds. Colorado appeared to tie the score at 3 apiece in the 7th inning, but Dustin Garneau got his steps all off rhythm, missed third base, and got called out. And then in the 8th, Mark Reynolds thought about scoring on a wild pitch, changed his mind, and got caught off the same bag. Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third. Rockos lose 6-5. Hi, everybody. If you've ever won free French fries playing McDonald's Monopoly, if you've ever found a temporary tattoo in the bottom of a Cracker Jacks box, then you've had more luck in the lottery than the Nuggets. For the 14th time in 14 tries, the Nuggets failed to improve their slot in the NBA draft lottery. The worst they were capable of was 7th. They got 7th. Nugs also have the 15th and 19th selections. 76ers won the lottery. NBA draft is in 6 weeks. If you've ever won a stuffed animal at the carnival, you get the idea. Super mild-mannered, laid-back Rockies superstar Nolan Arenado finally snapped tonight. Rocks are losing to the last-place San Diego Padres, whose team owner called them miserable failures this week. Chris Russin made a terrible first-inning error and followed that up with a horrible pitch to Matt Kemp, who belted a 458-foot home run. And when Colorado returned to their dugout, Arenado went off, screaming and cursing, lecturing and condemning, ranting and tongue-lashing, spitting and foaming at the mouth, the most spectacular tirade in franchise history. Somebody on the team had to go ballistic, and Noli did it. Russin hid quietly at the end of the bench. Still of the night comes from San Diego, where the veins were popping out of Nolan Arenado's neck as he chewed out teammates following a sloppy first inning in the still of the night. Whew. Hi, everybody. I hope Rockies fans clap their hands, stomp their feet, and chant Tulo like they did during the 2007 World Series tonight. Former Rockies superstar Troy Tulowitzki is back in Colorado for the first time since he was traded to the Toronto Blue Jays 11 months ago. Tulo represented the Rocks in the All-Star game 5 times, was as popular as anybody who's ever worn the purple pinstripes, and expects to be warmly received. Troy Tulowitzki received the welcome back he deserved tonight and responded with baseball's version of a handwritten thank you note.
Shortstop, number 2, Troy Tulowitzki.
Tulo's first time back in Colorado since he was traded to Toronto 11 months ago. Nothing shows true appreciation more than a tip of the cap. Still of the night comes from Omaha, where Michael Phelps held up 5 fingers after becoming the first American male swimmer ever to qualify for 5 Olympics in the still of the night. That's a good picture. The cameraman, or I should say my flip phone, almost got into the water.
The drink.
You had to get real low to get that cool picture right there.
There's no
You have a
waterproof
protector
case
on your
for
phone. Yeah,
not
that's
for
it.
a flip phone. Come on now.
Right.
Oh, no, sorry.
1995 special.
Works great, though.
Be right back.
Strange but Drew. My son Peyton was looking at a photograph of Coastal Carolina's baseball team celebrating their national championship when he asked me if I noticed anything unusual about it. I stared and stared and said no, at which point he directed me to some older guy in khakis about to leap onto the dog pile.
Hello.
Wearing a pistol on his hip. Figured nobody would be that stupid, must be Photoshop, so we found the video, and sure enough, instead of protecting the players, on the left side of your screen, watch team security guard Rudy Nelson leap onto the guys with a Glock attached to his body. Loaded, I presume.
Dear.
I get it, the gun's in a holster, and it's a complicated series of buttons and levers that need to be pushed in order to release and discharge it. But come on, accidents do happen, and nobody needs a bullet in their back, all because Paul Blart Mall Cop thinks he just won the College World Series and feels compelled to roll on the field with kids 1/3 his age. Strange, but Drew. That dude doesn't belong in there, even if it's a squirt gun.
Here's Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody. Laurel and Hardy look good in derbies. Charlie Chaplin, Boy George, and the Riddler look good in derbies. Rocky slugger Carlos Gonzalez does not look good in a derby. Gonzalez participated in the Major League All-Star Home Run Derby for the 2nd time in his career tonight, and once again couldn't survive the first round. Cargo hit 12 balls out of the park, including one that blew up somebody's beer, but was eliminated by Chicago's Todd Frazier. Miami Marlins muscle man Giancarlo Stanton won the event. What do Rockies third baseman Nolan Arenado and a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model have in common? The basic understanding of baseball rules. Arenado grounded into a game-ending double play during the All-Star game last night. He stopped running halfway down the line, apparently forgetting how many outs there were. Just one night earlier in the All-Star Celebrity Softball game, supermodel Nina Agdal also got doubled up because she didn't know you had to touch first base in order to be ruled safe. Only one of the players has a legitimate excuse, raised in Denmark and never played the game before, but I won't say which one in order to save the other. Embarrassment.
I was going to say, they're both cute.
Nolan's a handsome guy, but you got to be Nina cute to get away with that. Hi, everybody. For the first time in 17 years, the Broncos began training camp as defending Super Bowl champions, but they are attempting to disassociate themselves with that title. Energetic 2-hour practice to kick off camp today. The Broncos are certainly proud of all they accomplished last season, but need to move past it in order to have any chance of repeating.
I told them we're not defending anything, we're chasing the next one.
Hi, everybody. Rocky slugger Carlos Gonzalez has the most beautiful swing since Ken Griffey Jr., and he belted one tonight that nearly hit Griffey's Hall of Fame plaque in Cooperstown. Rocks beat the Mets in New York, 9th inning, Cargo. That's what I'm talking about. Gonzalez takes his time and admires his 3-run homer. Hottest team in the major leagues wins for the 8th time in their last 9 games. Final score 6-1. Broncos wide receiver Jordan Taylor answers to the nickname Sunshine because he has long, wavy blonde hair like the pretty boy quarterback Ronnie Sunshine Bass in the movie Remember the Titans. And today, Sunshine's chances of making the team got a whole lot brighter. During this morning's training camp workout, Taylor made a remarkable one-handed catch on a deep pass thrown by Mark Sanchez. Ball was a little behind Jordan, so he reached way back, snatched it, kept both feet in bounds, and did a somersault. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Hi, everybody. For the first time in his life, Patrick Roy saw something he didn't think was worth saving. The Avs head coach and vice president of hockey operations announced his resignation today in a statement which seemed to indicate discord with the organization. Roy took over behind the bench 3 years ago and immediately energized the team. Oh, that was so much fun when he went berserk on opening night, leading the Avalanche to the Stanley Cup playoffs and earning the NHL Coach of the Year award. But the club has underachieved the past 2 seasons, and Patty felt his opinion with regard to important decisions was being ignored, and so he skated. Strange but Drew. It's Bring Your Own Cup Day at 7-Eleven. Customers are encouraged to take any container they can carry to the convenience store and fill it up with their favorite flavor of Slurpee for just $1.50 regardless of size. And so, as you can see, I dragged the old aluminum foil Stanley Cup over to 3rd and Broadway, jammed it under the classic Coke spout, and filled it all the way to the top. Seemed like a fabulous idea at first, but then I got the worst brain freeze of all time. Strange but Drew. Did you see the video this week of Randall Cunningham, the former great Eagles quarterback, talking about you to his church congregation in Las Vegas?
I did not see that. I heard about it.
So cool. He told all them that you need to not just be happy, you need to look happy. And he asked everybody, have you ever seen John Elway? The man always looks happy more than anyone else in the world. Isn't that a nice compliment?
That is nice. I wish he'd tell my wife that. She doesn't say I always look happy, but I'm thrilled to be here. We're excited to get the season started again, open here tonight, and so. We got, it's going to be an interesting year. It's, another great challenge, but we got a good football team, and I'm excited about it.
Broncos General Manager John Elway, we're thrilled you joined us tonight, and we hope you have lots to smile about this season, too.
Thank you very much. Me too.
All right, we'll be right back. Martin Truex Jr. wore a fire-retardant suit and tie for tonight's NASCAR race and drove like he was in a hurry to get to a business meeting, steering a throwback teal Toyota in honor of the 100th anniversary of his sponsor, Auto Owners Insurance. Truex passed Ryan Newman with 29 laps to go and then cruised to the checkered flag to win the Southern 500 in Darlington, South Carolina. It's the second victory of the season for Denver-based Furniture Row Racing. There's Marty's suit and tie, even though the celebration was clearly business casual. Still of the night comes from Darlington, where NASCAR driver Martin Truex Jr.'s funny insurance salesman racing suit and tie looks a whole lot cooler covered in confetti in the still of the night.
Love it.
Yeah, good looking suit there.
Don't they say you should dress for the job you want, not the job you have? He doesn't want to be the race car driver. He wants to own the race car team.
He just wants to be the party.
Broncos quarterback Trevor Siemian is probably more nervous than Allie Raisman's parents during her Olympic floor exercise. But he's somehow able to project pure confidence. With his first NFL start, the Super Bowl rematch, just 2 days away, Siemian has got to be biting his fingernails, cracking his knuckles, twirling his hair, and chain smoking. However, Trevor has a rare ability to convince those around him that he's perfectly calm and not about to ask the cutest girl in middle school out. Hi, everybody. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're altogether ooky. The Adames family. Rockies infielder Christian Adames. Rocks rallied in the bottom of the ninth to beat the San Francisco Giants tonight. Nolan Arenado's National League leading 37th homer pulled Colorado within 1, and then, with the bases loaded, that's what I'm talking about. Adames comes through in the clutch with his first career walk-off hit. Rocco's win 6-5, so get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Adames family. Still of the night comes from Washington, D.C., where Atlanta Braves rookie Dansby Swanson's first career home run was an inside the Parker. Swanson lost his helmet somewhere out there on the base paths in the still of the night.
About to eat some dirt.
If your hair is that spectacular, not that I'm a credible source on this topic.
They zoomed in on you.
As you're rounding second base, you accidentally smack your helmet off when your arms are swinging like
Is
this.
that
So
what
your
it
hair,
is?
yeah. The cool guys know how to do it. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Broncos Tonight. Drew Soicher, Rod Mackey, Mike Kliss, and Chad Brown. Rod's got a cold, so right defensive end is a good position tonight, Chad.
As far away as possible.
Following a 34-20 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. That's 7 victories in a row now, dating back to last season, all seemingly by the same formula. Hi, everybody. Stumbled across a few seconds of video tonight that really makes Trevor Siemian's 3-0 start seem even more incredible. It's from last November 15th, the moment when Peyton Manning got benched and Brock Osweiler was told to warm up during the Broncos game against the Chiefs. Look carefully at the guy Osweiler's playing catch with, wearing a camo sweatshirt and ball cap with a mouthful of sunflower seeds. That's Trevor Siemian. Third stringer, wasn't even dressed, looks like the ball boy, and now only 10 games later, he's the hottest thing in the NFL, quarterback in the defending Super Bowl champions. Wow. Still of the night comes from Baltimore, where the Orioles presented Red Sox slugger David Ortiz with a retirement gift. The visitors' dugout telephone he smashed with a bat during a tirade in the still of the night. Ever since Ortiz did that, the visitors' manager has had to shout to the bullpen, "Francisco, get loose!"
We'll be right back.
Strange but Drew. Henrik Stenson of the European Ryder Cup team got tired of some American heckler in the crowd and challenged him to take the putt himself. Justin Rose raised the stakes by setting a $100 bill next to the ball, and then David Johnson of North Dakota. That's what I'm talking about. Johnson puts the money where his mouth is. Strange but Drew. Hi, everybody. Walt Weiss was born in a New York town named Tuxedo, so it's no surprise he went out in style. Weiss strongly believes you should never be where you are not wanted, and since he sensed exactly that during a meeting with Rockies general manager Jeff Bridich this morning, convinced that the team no longer considered him a valuable leader, he resigned before most likely getting fired. Walt spent 4 years as Rock skipper, compiling just a .437 winning percentage, the lowest among any manager in franchise history. Hi, everybody. I was briefly concerned today that Bud Black might not be a good fit for the Rockies, mostly because Black had so much trouble slipping on a Rocks jersey for the first time. The 7th manager in franchise history really struggled with the left armhole during this afternoon's introductions, but eventually did figure it out, which is what you want from a skipper. After all, baseball is a game of adjustments.
John, just curious, when you're sitting in a suite during a game, what do you like to eat and drink?
Well, I've started on sunflower seeds. I like the sunflower seeds, and then, I have the. I don't have hot dogs very often, but I got to have a hot dog with mustard and onions at halftime. So I might have to change it up. If we don't start winning, I might have to change that up.
Hi, everybody. The only ones who were able to slow down the Golden State Warriors in Denver tonight were the Trump protesters outside the Pepsi Center. That team bus ain't going nowhere. Nuggets suffered their most lopsided whooping of the season. Two-time defending NBA most valuable player Steph Curry scored 33 points, including 4 on one play. Nugs expressed no interest in defense, but still somehow held Kevin Durant to just 18 points, ending his incredible streak of 72 games with 20 or more. He's no good with one sneaker. Nuggies lose anyway, 125-101. Still of the night comes from Mexico City, where Oakland Raiders owner Mark Davis is smiling because he found a fabulous barber shop south of the border that cuts his hair exactly as he likes it in the still of the night.
Mom did. Mom did that when you were a kid, right across.
Price is right, too. $4 down there for that cut. Yeah. Hey, if I told you Broncos quarterback Trevor Siemian is injured again, you might say, my left foot. And you'd be correct, except that it's his left foot. Although he hardly realized it at the time, Siemian suffered a sprain on this play. Early in overtime, Broncos play the Los Angeles Rams in preseason game number 3 Saturday on Channel 20 beginning at 6 o'clock. And we're live. 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss is at team headquarters. Let's play Kliss and Tell. Trevor Siemian obviously wins the starting quarterback, Mike, if he plays well this weekend. But what if he flops and Mark Sanchez tears it up?
Then I think Gary Kubiak is going to have something else to think about, which would be fitting that this goes absolutely to the end. But it probably depends on when Sanchez lights it up. If he plays at the end of the fourth quarter and lights it up, it probably won't do much for him. If he does it at the end of the first half, beginning of the second half with the A-listers, then I think he's back in the race.
Okay, so what if Siemian and Sanchez both struggle and Paxton Lynch throws a few more touchdown passes?
Then I think Paxton Lynch will probably be the opening day quarterback.
Really?
Against the Carolina Panthers. By the way, I don't think Siemian is going to flop. That's two scenarios in a row where Siemian didn't play well. I think he's going to play well. But I do think Paxton Lynch is in here. He got a lot of first-team reps this week, Drew.
Okay, so then you'll really hate this one. What if all three of them stink?
Then I think we revisit what happened to those Brock Osweiler contract talks back in March. And also, I think Von Miller also better be working on his sack dance, too, against Carolina. The Broncos aren't going to have much chance in the opener.
Cliff and Tell, thanks, Mike.